Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone, and this meeting is called to order. Can we have a roll call vote?
Yes. Commissioner Bowser.
Here.
Commissioner Bueller.
Here.
Commissioner Day.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Commissioner Robertson.
Here.
Commissioner Shaver.
Here.
Commissioner Warren.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, approval of minutes for January 5th, 2026.
They were handed out this evening. They did not get emailed prior.
So I'm not mind taking more time to look at it. I
Okay.
found a couple things on the first page,
Okay.
so.
Would you like edits tonight or?
That would be great if you have them.
All right, courtesies, there are none. Proclamations, none. So we'll move on to board and commission reports. Let's start with Commissioner Bueller.
Nothing to report yet. First meeting Tuesday, for the Central Montana Foundation. Wrapping my head around all of the things. There will be a meeting, Tuesday, the 27th.
Commissioner Robertson?
Nothing to report.
Commissioner Bowser?
Both of the meetings are going to be tomorrow, so ordinance and library.
Commissioner Shaver?
I just got this tonight, January 26th will be the Fergus County Board of Health. I'll go to that.
Awesome.
That's it.
Commissioner Warren?
Nothing to report.
And Commissioner Hewitt?
I have a airport board, meeting. We had to change our meeting to Friday, January 9th. There were too many conflicts with everyone, so our regular meeting day was January 9th instead of the normal Wednesday. The manager's report, everything was good. And Holly and Ross need to sign the Montana Aeronautics Development Loan. And we will have to pay that back. And it'll be in 10 payments. The Aeronautics Board meeting is January 28th and 29th in Helena. And actually, they do the awarding of money on the 29th, more so than on the 28th. It's strictly pretty much business. Excuse me. We had two hangars are to be built, and one was requested to be blue. And in our lease applications, it says that they are to be earth tones. So our manager was going to talk to the owners and see if we could not get them to do more earth tones rather than a bright blue. The grass strip will receive topsoil from the city, and that'll be great for, we have a grass strip landing strip that is grass. And we are planting a new layer on it, so it will be more conducive to landing on. And the city is giving us topsoil, and that'll help with the new grass growth. Peak Electric would like to add 150 feet to their lot, which would be on, well, if you're looking at Peak, it'd be on the right side. And we voted to go ahead and do that. And Nexus would like to renew their contract. And there was some conversation on what was going to be charged. And also, that also came up with the new animal shelter area. So those were, Brian, our manager, was going to talk to them. Joe Stapleton, he would like to put a hoist in his area of the Rimby hangar. And we went ahead and said he could do that. And there is power access, which he has, so he wouldn't have to do anything. All right, that's it.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, as far as the Park and Rec Board, we did meet the beginning of January and had some great discussion on all the programs that are happening at the Civic Center, which I believe those will be in the city manager report as well. And then also discussion on some improvements that are happening in the weight room in the lower level there at the Civic Center, and all of the updates with the remodeling that's happening. And then there was also a request to bring forward the current rates of what the memberships are being charged that will be looked at and reviewed for next month. And so the Park and Rec Board will meet on Wednesday the 4th, the first Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. at the Civic Center. All right, we will move on to the city manager report. City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yes, so I know Nikki handed out some of the information on the newly elected officials training that the League of Cities and Towns, the MMIA, and the Local Government Center will be hosting. That is a webinar. It starts at 9 a.m. on January 23rd. It's a great opportunity for education. Nikki can help you get registered. You can go to the League of Cities and Towns website, or that QR code on your letter will take you to the registration form. You don't have to be newly elected to participate, so that's open to everyone too, if they would just like to, again, make themselves acquainted with all of the resources available for local governing officials. I will be participating in the local government interim committee discussion on infrastructure funding, grants, both state and federal grants. The committee, which Representative Clacken is part of, is tasked on finding ways to identify and improve access to tribal governments and local governments for primarily federal funds. And so they'll hear more about our stories, how long these projects take to get accomplished from the time we apply for these grants to getting them complete, and just kind of the trials and tribulations that we've learned along the way. And so I will be in Helena on Thursday participating in that. Lots of activities in the community again. The hockey rink will again host kids games this weekend. And then also this weekend, they will be doing a statewide girls wrestling tournament in town that I have seen numbers of upwards of 300 girls and their families in the community. The Civic Center, again, has been busy with all of these activities. Hockey tournaments the last weekend, they were able to use the new locker rooms in the multi-purpose facility. That was kind of the first opportunity to actually use them. They still have some work to do in the concessions area and the restrooms, but they should be ready for the swim season. And so that's a huge shout out to all of those volunteers, the hockey group, the Friends of the Pool, the swim team members. It's been a project that a lot of hands have helped in. The Civic Center, again, the weight room is currently getting a facelift. So new paint, new flooring, some new equipment. Also in the gym, we're kind of finishing up the renovations to the gym with the floor. So we will be doing padding on the west side of the gym, which will be a nice addition, especially with it being so busy this time of year. This last weekend, they hosted some of the basketball games for the Ball and for the Birds, which is a fundraiser for the Redbirds. And you can see some photos of the activities there. But it's always a busy place this time of year. A few project updates. DEQ did approve our compliance plan for the wastewater. And we continue to kind of wrap up that construction project at the wastewater facility. Last week, they began using some of the new equipment, which includes a grit washer and a screen. They'll bring up the renovated step screens, I believe this week. They're planning on starting those. The dam permits, Public Works is working on the documentation. Once that is updated, that gets shared with a whole lot of folks, both state and federal agencies, so DNRC, NRCS, the sheriff, DES. Primarily, those updates are more contacts and making sure that if something happens, you know the proper people to get a hold of. But those are kind of the updates there. Many of you heard the financial withholdings were lifted last week. Most of those funds have been received. I believe all of you now have letters and were emailed that letter. And so if you have any questions regarding that, feel free to let me know. Our audit is scheduled for February. The state did review our annual financial report and it's just awaiting the audit. Those are not due to them till the end of March. Other than that, no real changes in our employment and employment offerings. We will continue to look for temporary on-call street helpers. With some of the white stuff that's been coming out, we do have people lined up, so we're just working on getting those folks some training opportunities, and so the snow will definitely help that. We have picked up a new dispatcher that is in her training kind of course, and then we have offered, and the individual passed the backgrounds and accepted the position for a police officer. They begin early February, and the library will be doing another round of interviews. Again, also right behind here is a bunch of budget reports. Those are the monthly balancings for November and December, and our year-to-dates. So I would offer all three of the new commissioners, if there's a time that works for you guys, Nikki and I can definitely set aside some time and go over how to read those reports, kind of what you're looking at, questions you may have. So that's something that we can definitely schedule. Other than that, I have nothing more.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to public comment regarding non-agenda items. So if you have a comment regarding a non-agenda item, this is the time. Okay, all right, we'll move on to our consent agenda. So we discussed that this evening a little bit on the process, on how the consent agenda works. Did I miss something? No, okay, good.
I do have a question.
Oh, good, okay, yes, go for
We'll
it.
try it out. I was just wondering on the Griffith contracting for 20,000, what was that for? Windows and,
So in the line number, which is the far left, if you'll tell us which one that is, or a page number, that will help us.
58,399.
It's the T-bid, or TIF.
So that is a TIF grant that they received. The TIF board, has some facade improvement kind of policy, where they do matching funds for infrastructure, facades, safety improvements, things like that within the district.
So they were hired to do that.
No, they actually received it for their
Okay.
building on Makerson Drive.
That's what I thought, yeah, okay,
So it did the windows over there.
okay. So that's what they received.
Mhm.
And then do they put that out for bid to have the work done?
They contracted it, and so often included in their packets is, the bids that they received and things like that. The TIF board will require for their grants, one-to-one match with a maximum of 20,000 is currently that program's offering. And so, once all of that work has been done and the proper documentation has been received, we can reimburse that.
Okay. The other question I have is does CJZ do the tree service? Are they contracted with the city?
Yes, we have a bunch of we have about 3 contractors that will do business with us.
That's another question.
I have a question about the Dick Anderson construction.
Mhm.
Is that building out at Fish Hatchery?
Dick Anderson
500,000.
is actually contracted to do the wastewater improvements.
So is that just a payment to them at 500,000? We'll see it again? Or payments
They're
like-
coming
big
up
ones like
to
that?
the end,
Okay.
so we shouldn't see probably too many very large ones. But yes, I'm sure you'll see their names.
And that's at the wastewater treatment, not at the fish hatchery.
Any other questions regarding the consent agenda?
I move we approve the claims that have been paid from January 1st to January 16th of 2026.
I second it. Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bueller and a second from Commissioner Hewitt. So all in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, so consent agenda is approved. Moving on to our regular agenda this evening for resolutions, ordinances, and other action items.
Did you want to ask Tim if he, since I could not see his
Oh.
hand.
I raised my hand. I'm sorry I didn't have the camera on.
He's not on camera.
He said he raised his hand.
Okay.
He wasn't on camera at that
And
moment.
is Commissioner Robertson all we have online, or they're
And the newspaper.
in the newspaper? Okay, awesome. Okay, I apologize. All right, moving on to our regular agenda, item number 1 is public hearing on a request to locate and operate a childcare business at 538 Saturday Street. And this public hearing is now open, and we'll turn the time over to City Manager Holly Phelps to introduce it.
So included in your packet is some information on this request. I failed to attach the fire department's letter, so you should have had that handed out. We also received that, prior to, as part of their application kind of timeline. And this did go to our city county planning board last week. But we do have our planning director, Doug Osterman, in the house. So at this time, I will turn it over to him and he can recap it for us.
Sure. This is the second or third application from this particular proponent for daycare, and I think she finally found the sweet spot to locate a daycare center at Saturday Street. We're in receipt of a daycare permit, conditional use permit, that would allow for up to 46 children and 6 employees. The building is right behind Town Pump. It's a large building with a basement, 1 story with a basement, plenty of grounds for a playground and parking, which were some of the stumbling blocks in previous locations that this particular applicant had applied for locating her daycare business. The property has been commercial in nature most recently and currently housing some of the flea market materials, but that will all be cleaned out and ready for the daycare center as negotiated by the proponent. The applicant is in the process of obtaining all licensing requirements of the state of Montana for the child care. We did receive the Lewistown Fire and Rescue letter with conditions, which are incorporated into conditions of the permit. The planning department is recommending approval of the permit, and the zoning commission unanimously approved recommending the child care center be approved by the city commission. We sent out 21 individual notices to nearby property owners within 350 feet of the center of the property. We received no comment. And of course, the usual postings at City Hall and in the newspaper were accomplished. So with that, I'd like to turn it back over to City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yes, so the applicant is also in the room if you have questions like that. Again, this is a great location. The fire department has walked it, the building department is aware of the project, and as you've heard, the state, she's well on the way of obtaining her state license as well.
Okay, questions from the commission? I have a question. So the property is being leased, right? So is the owner under any, like liability of whatsoever to meet these requirements? Or is it just the person renting?
I would imagine that's the lease agreement amongst the property owner and the applicant will address any of those types of issues, but it's the applicant who's responsible for making these changes to the building. Whether she negotiates some of those changes with the property owner is sort of up to how she approaches it. Do you have anything?
Owner's rep is also here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're
Oh.
both kind of here, so,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry, you're the owner? Okay.
Repairs are gonna happen, renovations are on her. It will be operable. If you wanna change the color of the carpet, it's on you.
But that conditional use permit comes from the leasee, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
And then I noticed, her application says 46, but the fire department says 40. Is that any?
I can talk to Luke. We're kind of up in the air. There's 5 classrooms, so we're just trying to figure out numbers. And then Luke's actually gonna come back anyways, because we have to meet a whole bunch of other requirements from him. But 46 would be the number for now, but eventually I would like to up that. So I don't know if I need to refill out a whole nother application or how that would work.
As far as the occupancy to basically convert this to a daycare facility, as long as you're meeting both your licensure and the fire department regulations. We don't typically regulate, anything over 13 requires this level of scrutiny. So beyond that, there's a whole lot of other people that are watching those numbers.
So there wouldn't have to be any type of addendum or anything to the conditional
To the
use
condition.
permit? No, okay.
And again, this is a conditional use permit that would stay with the leasing, not with the
Correct.
property.
Correct. Yes.
So, yeah, I'm really familiar with this building. I walk my dog by it almost every day. And, what happened to the Christian Brisk or whatever that was? We need to talk about that, don't we? Is that owner still involved in anything?
You're
Is he
right.
still owned?
I am Nathan Beal, I am John's son. I am his POA, that's why I'm sitting here. I'm currently gonna own the building. It went away.
Okay.
That's all we need to talk about.
So the
Okay.
primary use of that building will only be childcare. There won't be any other use
No,
within
it's
the building.
just childcare.
Just childcare.
Do you have facilities for a kitchen facility, or are you going to have to?
Yep, and I've already talked to the sanitarian, and she will actually be in there Thursday, so we will be doing meals in there.
And again, it's time to ask, I guess, all state licensure and other codes will be met before you can open, obviously, right?
Oh, of course.
Yes. And I have 3 other childcares right now,
I was
so
gonna
it's
say,
not my
Chris,
first rodeo.
you're already doing it.
We're just gonna,
Okay.
You're already doing this, right?
yeah, I already have 3 facilities. We're just putting them all under one.
Yeah.
Because it's getting to be a lot having to run around 3 different places.
I'm gonna ask some crazy questions still, because that's what I do. Is there any laws or anything about how close you can be to a bar or a bar be to you?
I
On
actually had
daycares?
state licensing already in there, and she said it was a great place. She had no concerns about any facilities next
So you got
to
your
us.
state license?
I can't get it until we're moved in. So she told me to, when I was done and we moved all of our stuff in there, send her pictures and I'll be approved. I mean,
And
not
so-
the first.
That is something that the commission has had some experience with. It's actually the bar or casino that is licensed by the state and has requirements as far as how close they can be to a daycare.
And I studied it at the same time it went on here, and it was wrong then, it's why it's probably
But
still
that-
wrong now.
Just to have the viewpoint correct, that's the bar's problem. It's not a daycare. Like a daycare can move into.
And a bar has to move?
No, that's not like that. It's the issue of the bar coming to the daycare, not the daycare coming to the bar. So if you have a bar established and a daycare moves in, that doesn't create an issue for their license. But if, say, the daycare is established and then the bar moves in, that's the law you're talking about.
Approachment would be.
But again, that's from the perspective of the bar, not from a daycare provider.
Well, I do know that we need childcare in our community, and I think this is a beautiful opportunity and answer for that, so. Thank you.
I think that the bar and the casino has the same thing to do with the church too. But the town council went ahead and put their casino in right next to the church. I think that happened.
Yeah, I think so.
So do we have a motion?
No,
No,
we have public hearing.
Okay, any other comments regarding? Okay, we'll close the public hearing and move on to item number 2, which is discussion and action on approving a request to locate and operate a childcare business at 538 Saturday Street. City Manager Holmes' office.
Again, you've heard about the proposal. It was taken to the City County Planning Board last week, and they recommended approving it tonight with the conditions, again, that she meets all of the state's licensing requirements prior to opening, and that it be inspected by both building and fire prior to that too.
Would those need to be in the motion?
State, fire, local.
Yeah, with conditions. The conditions are at the bottom of the staff report dated January 6, 2026.
Okay.
I do have all those inspections in place, if you guys didn't see them. Obviously, Mr. Jensen will be the first thing I contact. Fire sprinklers, boiler inspection, fire extinguishers, that's all in place. It's supposed to happen next week.
So that will be Chief Jensen to check in.
Well, his fire marshal.
Or fire marshal.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
Do we have a motion?
I move that we approve the request to locate and operate a childcare business at 538 Saturday Street, making sure that all of the conditions have been met that are identified by the planning board as well as the fire department, and all state licensure can be acquired.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bueller and a second from Commissioner Bowser. Any other questions regarding the motion? Any from the public?
This is back to what's happening more. My question is like, if town pump already had a bar near the area, would there be any problems with the daycare moving in?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Let's do a roll call vote.
Okay. We are approving the application for conditional use permit to locate and operate a childcare business at 538 Saturday with the conditions as stated by the City County Planning Board. Commissioner Bowser.
Yay.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver.
Nay.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
You said aye, didn't you?
Huh?
You said
Yeah,
aye.
yeah.
Okay, I'm like, oh.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 3, discussion and action on approving resolution 4216, a resolution approving an application from Fergus County Council on Aging, Treasure Depot for TIF funds made to the Lewistown Tax Increment Advisory Committee. City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yes, so included in your packet is the application from the Treasure Depot, which is owned by Fergus County Council on Aging. They obviously just acquired the building at 4th and Main and are looking at making some improvements to the exterior. They came to the TIF board earlier this month with a request to partner on some signage improvements. They do have a phase 2, but no information was presented on that at this time. And so the TIF board did discuss and recommend approving a grant for $3,063, which is 50% of the total signage cost on the project.
Any questions from the commission?
Commissioner Robertson, do you have anything, as you sit on that board? Insight?
No, I think it was pretty straightforward. This is a general improvement of the district, and we approved it unanimously.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do have a question. So a while back, we approved TIF funds for the Art Center to do some exterior facade. They were gonna put in like bulletin boards, like a media board and things like that. Did that ever happen with those TIF funds, or how does that, or did they just do their signage, which now this is being, that
Redone.
signage replaced with
Yeah,
TIF funds?
and so that was addressed at the board meeting. You're remembering 100% correctly, but they did only do that, signage, those couple of signs. And, I believe they received about $900 of TIF funds, for those signs.
So they never really received the full,
The full
of what they had initially requested? Okay. But this, of course, is over and above what?
Yes, this
And this
included,
is windows.
no, this only
Oh,
included
no.
signage on both the 4th Avenue side and the Main Street. I believe it was the Main Street side needed new electrical components and stuff like that. The windows are phase 2.
Yeah, this is clearly not a duplication of what was done before with the TIF money.
Is there a limit to how many times they can request money?
So there is a maximum, and I guess, again, that board, kind of sets their policies. You guys make the final decision, and that's on the list too of education. I mean, you see the upcoming committee of the wholes, that's not a complete and comprehensive list. But we will have some more lengthy conversations on the TIF TED, and so everyone can kind of have a general understanding. But right now, their policy for grants is up to $20,000.
And that could be awarded in 20 installments of $1,000 grants.
And that is a typical grant amount. The board does have the authority to go as high as it would like, but that is the typical threshold.
Okay.
Do we have a motion?
I move we approve resolution number 4216, a resolution approving an application from Fergus County Council on Aging, Treasure Depot for TIF funds made to the Lewistown Tax Increment Advisory Committee.
I'll second it. Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bueller and a second from Commissioner Hewitt. Any other questions or comments from the commission? Or the public? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
Okay, we're approving resolution number 4216. Commissioner Bowser?
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller?
Aye.
Commissioner Day?
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson?
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver?
I'll sustain until I learn more about the TIF funds.
So would it be abstain
Yeah, is that
or recuse?
abstain? Is that what it is, or is it a no?
It's not a no,
Okay,
I just put abstain.
okay. Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 4. It's discussion and action on approving resolution 4217, a resolution of the City of Lewistown, Montana, adopting the bylaws for the Lewistown Hotelier Tourism Business Improvement District Board of Trustees. City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yep, so we started this conversation at the last meeting regarding the T-Bid's desire to, come up with a system that better allowed them to, collect delinquent assessments or, funds due to them. And so, they have worked and come up with a system, whereas they can, with proper notice, do liens on the property. And so, that is included in their bylaw changes. That is in section, 2.12, regarding collection of fees. And so, they have the ability to provide remedy to that. Again, with lots and lots of notice, kind of ongoing notice. After 30 days, the board may impose a penalty. And up to 100% occupancy for all unreported quarters. And so that will allow them to then quantify the amount, and then the board could, by vote of the trustees, choose to use the lien process established under state law. And so they worked very closely with myself and the city attorney on this. Again, something that probably won't have to happen often, but they wanted a remedy to address those establishments that, again, are collecting those fees from their patrons and not returning it to the board.
So could a hotelier choose to not participate?
We have had others choose to be removed from the district.
And the T-Bid board manages the funds that are collected by their group for a night stay. Basically, an additional, is it $2 now?
$2 now. So
Is
they
now
charge an
assessed.
additional $2 per occupied room night. And then that board gets to determine how those funds are used. Primarily, this group does sponsorships for local events. Winter Fair got like $2,000 so that they can market activities. They also do a ton of advertising, print, digital, and social media stuff. Again, you'll see their banner across a lot of different Facebook or events, things like that, that just shows all of the different establishments. It isn't a tax. They're using their own funds that they're basically foregoing or charging those people that are using their establishment, and then just choosing to benefit the community. So the city really acts as just a pass-through of those funds.
So they can opt out, but do they opt out?
We've only had one. Only one.
Yeah, it's not even in business anymore.
And so this is a change to their bylaws. Do they change their bylaws annually, or is this just something that came up?
This has been a problem recently, and so they wanted to address it. The last bylaw changes were not that long ago. I believe it was 23, but they do make sure that their bylaws are working for them, I would say.
And then we approve their bylaws?
Okay, any other questions? Do you have a motion?
I move we approve resolution 4217, a resolution of the City of Lewistown, Montana, adopting the bylaws for the Lewistown Hotelier Tourism Business Improvement District Board of Trustees.
Seconded.
Thank you. Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bueller and a second from Commissioner Robertson. Any other questions regarding the motion from the commission or the public? Okay, let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, we are voting on resolution number 4217. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver.
Aye.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Okay, moving on to item number 5, discussion and action on approving a loan resolution for the replacement of a hangar door at the airport and authorizing the city manager to sign. City Manager Holly Phelps.
So this is, that loan that Commissioner Hewitt spoke of, regarding the hangar doors. Again, it is a $20,000 loan that will have to be repaid back. The airport board is the actual entity that's getting the loan, but again, it is jointly owned between the city and the county, and so we are sponsors of that and need to approve this as well.
If I could comment, if you can hear me, I would just say, this is a low amount, but this is very low cost loan. And as board members, we felt it was prudent to take this because we haven't done the project yet. We're not positive we're going to need this money, but we take the loan because it's so low cost. And if we don't need it, we'll certainly return that quick.
And again, the City of Lewistown acts as basically a fiscal sponsor or just as an entity that allows them to apply for the loan.
We're
The-
owner
For the co-owner.
of the land.
Yeah, to be clear, the city is co-owner of the airport with the county, so it is technically liable. However, I would tell you that airport has plenty of money to do this kind of thing. It just was prudent to take the loan at this time.
And the interest rate is 3.75. And I will make a motion that we accept.
Can we do a public comment before the motion?
Oh, sure.
Okay, awesome.
I just wanted to be clear, this is the big hangar door?
Yes.
or
Yes, it is.
The large building, the large hangar?
Yeah.
With the curved roof?
The big,
And so
yeah,
they've
the big-
got-
the main hangar.
A lot of grants that pay for the majority of the door.
So this is replacing the door, or repairing it, or
And making it bigger, larger for jets to come in.
$20,000?
Oh, no,
It's
no.
a complete replacement of the door. It's about $1 million project. This is just one small piece of that.
Okay, I get it. I was gonna say 20 grand, you guys
Yeah.
made a deal.
Take it. Take it, brother.
Sorry, I love track there.
Okay, we hear a motion coming from Commissioner Hewitt.
Yes, do you want me to do the whole thing
You
again?
don't have to.
No.
No, okay.
As long as you make a motion. I got a
make the
motion.
motion.
I'll second.
Oh, we got a race.
Do you guys want to duke that out?
Go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
Okay,
I'll second it.
we have a motion from Commissioner Hewitt and a second from Commissioner Warren. Okay. Any other questions from the commission or comments, questions regarding the motion?
Just to make sure that if you vote aye for this, you are approving, you are saying yes to approving the loan, right?
You're allowing me to sign this and for the sign it, yep.
To sign the loan.
To sign the
This resolution, yeah.
Sign the resolution.
Did you get that one?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty, any comment from the public? Let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, we are approving a loan resolution for the replacement of the hangar door at the airport and authorizing the city manager to sign. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller,
Aye.
Commissioner Day,
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt,
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson,
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver,
Aye.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 6, discussion and action on reappointing Courtney Moline as the city representative to the Fergus County City of Lewistown Health Board. City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yes, so Courtney has been the city appointee, since the inception of the new city county health board. She again is a nurse at the hospital. She's changed several positions, but I believe does infection control at this time, and has been a valuable board member, for the health board.
As Courtney said that she is able to.
He said she'd do it, yes.
Okay, do we have a motion?
I move we approve reappointing Courtney Moline as the city representative to the Fergus County City of Lewistown Health Board.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bueller, a second from Commissioner Shaver. Any other questions regarding the motion from the commission or the public? Okay, let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, we're reappointing Courtney Moline as the city representative. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Who's on mute?
Aye. Sorry.
Commissioner Shaver.
Aye.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Okay. Item number 7, discussion and action on reappointing Jason Grover to the Historic Resources Commission for an additional 2-year term. City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yes, again, this is a reappointment of an existing board member. Jason has served on our Historic Resource Commission, for quite some time, is an engaged member of that board, and has agreed to serve another 2-year term.
Awesome. Any questions? Okay, do we have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Jason Grover on the Historic Resources Commission for an additional 2-year term.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bowser and a second from Commissioner Bueller. Any other questions from the commission regarding the motion or the public? Let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, we're going to reappoint Jason Grover to the Historic Resources Commission for an additional 2-year term. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver.
Aye.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, item number 8, discussion and action on reappointing Mike Chapman, Dave Byerly, and Tim Robertson to the newly created Lewistown Tax Increment Finance Advisory Committee to complete terms as previously appointed. City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yes, so, the city commission back in December, moved forward with, creating the Tax Increment Financing Advisory Committee. So changing the TIF-TED board we had and making this new advisory committee that complied with, recent legislation, Senate Bill number 3, and added a couple of different representatives to that, one from the county and one from the school district. Meanwhile, we have these additional board members that have very actively been serving on that TIF-TED board for quite some time, and it was the decision we made at that time to reappoint those individuals. They have agreed to being reappointed for staggered terms, and so the terms will stay with their previous commitments, so we're not changing the dates. And you can see the full slate of board members, but really just reappointing them to the newly created, newly named.
Holly, did you say we're gonna get some training on TIF here pretty soon? I'd like to table this until after that. Is that possible or?
They're still serving in that capacity.
Sure.
And so I think for their forums and purposes, they probably need some action.
Commissioner Robertson, do you have any comments or anything you want to add? Does he have to recuse?
I would like to make a motion. Can I motion over a motion?
We don't have a motion on the table right now.
I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Mike Chapman, Dave Byerly, and Tib Robertson to the newly created Lewistown Tax Increment Finance Advisory Committee to complete their terms as previously appointed.
I will second.
So
Point of order, point of
hold
order.
on, going back to Chairperson Day, there's a question regarding Commissioner Robertson participating in this vote. You should finish that question.
So, my question is just what we discussed earlier with conflict of interest, with him either participating in the discussion or the vote, would he need to be recused from that?
He should abstain.
Okay.
Abstain because and there's no financial or anything like that, but it would be more abstaining because of decisions.
Okay.
Correct,
Can't
yeah.
vote for himself.
So,
Can't vote for himself, right.
Can he comment on that now? Is that appropriate? Commissioner Robertson?
Does he have any comments?
Yeah, I don't know that I have any comment other than the board's been in place for a long time. I certainly understand Commissioner Shaver's interest in understanding more about how TIF works, but this is an active board that is integral to what's going on to reduce blight downtown. And I guess I would say that the board has been there for a long time. By not reappointing, I don't know that it would. I think this was an advisory kind of reappointment. Those appointments were not expired at this point. And so they were kind of a reconfirmation more than anything. So I don't know that it would affect anything one way or the other, but I would say there's a non-controversial, long-standing board.
And if I can comment to piggyback off of that, the amendment that Holly referenced, the Senate Bill 3, that didn't change the purpose of this committee, this board. It renamed it. And it also designated certain members. So it made it mandatory to have a county member, for example, a school board. Any school that has property within the district had to have a member. So coming from the state level, it realigned the membership, but it didn't change the power. Just to be clear on why we felt it's appropriate to reappoint. It's, again, not changing the purpose, the power, and again, they are an advisory board too. That's a very important part here. But really, this is more of a housekeeping item, in my opinion, than any change, if you would.
Well, and their powers come from state law.
Correct. And again, it's advisory, so the power actually comes, they get to come and advise the commission on what to do. You guys could say pound sand to them, and they couldn't say anything after that. So that, it's an advisory.
So we do have a motion on the table, but do we have a second?
I
I
got
want
a
more
second.
discussion.
Okay.
Can we have more discussion about this?
Oh, yeah, the motion's on the table. You can have more discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep talking about this.
There
Because
needs
my-
to be a second before you go on with any discussion, or just point of order for Robert's rules.
I did.
I already called that.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bueller, a second from Commissioner Hewitt, so discussion can continue. Commissioner Shaver?
Yes. All I want to know is these are the same names. Why are we doing this? Their terms don't end yet. Why are we
It's to make sure that we are in line with the legislation that happened this past year.
Senate Bill 3?
And we're just shuffling to make sure that our verbiage, our appointments and everything now fits into that structure.
We didn't have to reappoint.
We shouldn't do it then.
A new
We
one.
don't need to. We're wasting time.
I'm wondering if because they changed their name, we need to make sure that this group and collection of people is associated with the correct name of the board that they are on.
That would be correct.
Nope. we have to do the exact same thing with the planning commission coming up. So where we're taking, it's a named board that's active, but we're reorganizing, if you will, renaming it to comport with state law that has changed. So again, the nuts and bolts are all the same, but we're making sure, I like the way you put it, that we're fitting in line with the way the law reads right now.
Given by the rename.
Any other questions from the commission or discussion? Any from the public?
Yeah, no, all these names, that say violin, I've done it too, so.
Thank you. Okay, let's do a roll call vote.
Okay. Do I need to reread the motion?
Please.
Okay. We are taking action to reappoint Mike Chapman, Dave Byerly, and Tim Robertson to the newly created Lewistown Tax Increment Finance Advisory Committee to complete terms as previously appointed. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Abstain?
Commissioner Shaver.
Abstain?
And Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Okay, I do have a 5 vote, so it does pass.
Okay, thank you. Item number 9, discussion and action on reappointing Anna Morris to the Fergus Conservation District Board of Supervisors. City Manager Holly Phelps.
Yes, so on the Fergus County Conservation District, the city can appoint one member as their urban, what do they call it? Urban supervisor. And so Anna Morris, it has filled in one term and was reappointed once previously, but she is actively engaged in this board, and we would recommend reappointing Anna Morris to the Fergus County Conservation.
I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Anna Morris to the Fergus Conservation District Board.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Bowser, a second from
It's all right.
Commissioner Bueller. Okay, any other questions or discussion from the commission regarding this appointment or reappointment from the public? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote.
We are reappointing Anna Morris as the city's appointee on the Fergus Conservation District Board of Supervisors. Commissioner Bowser.
Aye.
Commissioner Bueller.
Aye.
Commissioner Day.
Aye.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Robertson.
Aye.
Commissioner Shaver.
Aye.
Commissioner Warren.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to citizens' requests. Any citizens' requests?
Yeah, Mr. Baxter. I have a question about, this building. Is it some way that has to be locked up at night?
Yes.
Because my understanding that, that when it's locked up, it has to be locked up from the outside with a key, I can do it locked, correct? With a key? The reason I'm asking the question is because like, on Christmas Day, I was a volunteer for Christmas dinner, and I came in and you don't have the wide doors unlocked. And then he was allowed to, when the day had been told to lock the door a different way. And when the lock was out, I put the key. So that's proper or not proper?
So from the inside, you can always get out of these type of locks.
Okay.
As far as locking and unlocking, typically it takes the key the first time to either be in the locked or unlocked position. But the council on aging would do the training and kind of rent the space. So I'm not certain how they're directing people to do things.
Well, I don't know the city manager, I don't know often she claimed like a new way of locking the door, and I don't know if that was proper or not because I don't know got in with an unlocked door. I don't know was it locked properly or whatever. The door was open when I came in.
Must have just been a mistake.
Okay.
And then they'll forgot to lock it or something.
Okay. I just am curious.
Sure.
Thank you for bringing it to the.
Yeah. I volunteered, had volunteered here every day. I did the week, just want to make sure, so.
Any other citizens' requests? Okay, we'll move on to commissioners' minutes, and we'll start with Commissioner Robertson. Do you have?
I don't have anything at this point. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Hewitt? No. Commissioner Warren?
No.
Commissioner Shaver?
I'm good, thanks.
Commissioner Bowser?
I have a quick question. I was going through the expenditures and budgets and stuff. What is the historical office?
So that's our planning office. We've received some state funding to operate a historic preservation office. So we have staff available half-time, basically, to answer questions. We have a great receptacle of historic plans. And tons and tons of information.
So if you want to go dig around the history, that's where to go.
We can help you.
You know everything about Bertie Brown.
And
I know.
that is different. I just wanted to
We're gonna start
specify.
celebrating that.
Different from the historic resources commission.
The historic
Same.
They work together.
They work
Okay.
together, but
Okay.
they are separate.
The office is held at the City of Lewistown.
Okay, and that is through SHPO.
Correct. Our funding comes down from the state preservation.
Hey, Commissioner Bueller?
I got minutes. My first question, we as a commission do a lot of board appointments. My question is, where are boards posting their open positions? Is that something that's navigated by each board, or is that something that there is kind of a policy that they follow?
So typically when we have board openings, again, certain boards, such as the library board, will often post those positions on their own.
Yep.
Maybe with some guidance from our clerk. Otherwise, if we have a large number of openings, we've done newspaper advertisements, things like that. But our board application for the board members is available on our website.
And then a local board may do that differently than what the city office is doing.
Correct.
Because those are powers defined within their own bylaws.
Correct.
Okay.
And so, is there a particular board?
No, I'm just wondering, because there are often many boards and they're always looking for people.
Engaged folks?
I would love to be able to share information where people can look for board appointments if they're interested in being on board.
So I know both the city and the county have on their Facebook pages, websites primarily,
Mhm.
those applications. We often will get people that are interested in serving,
Mhm.
and so they'll drop off an application where we have contacts.
Mhm.
And we'll have some communication with them. We can direct them to certain boards and tell them regular meeting times, and often people get involved first, not as a board member, but participating in a meeting.
Interested party. Okay, good to know. I received an email about our snow removal ordinance and parking policy. I just wanted to relay that there was a question about tier 2 parking and moving from odd to even side of the street when there is no snow. And maybe to review that, to look into that, because that has caused some concern or stress. And so as an ordinance committee, that is something that has been brought to you.
And that is probably in addition to the Belden Street.
This is additionally,
In addition,
yes.
okay.
Mhm. This was in Ward 3.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to comment, we have 2 department heads in our audience tonight, and that's great.
We have
We have three?
Three, four,
Five.
five.
Oh, well, oh, yeah.
We have five.
Like, at the table, yeah.
Really
Doesn't matter.
Awesome. Anything for the good of the order. I have no minutes tonight, but I just appreciate all of the training that we received again tonight. It was so helpful. I would love to continue some of that discussion if possible. And I do want to ask, so in the past, previous school discussion, are those being used for topics for committee of the wholes?
We have not added we're still in kind of the early infancy, discussions, but yes, we will get to those. We will also, and it's in your binders, to your priorities. So we should look at those. Those typically guide us as we go through the budget. So definitely look at those. We will be having a goals discussion before real one.
Okay.
Yeah, so in my city manager report, and I didn't really bring any attention to it, is kind of upcoming discussions. So if you guys have something that you really want to see, please let us know too, and we'll make sure we get it on there.
I kind of bounced around on that minute, so. Okay, I think we got that. Good. Thank you for being here and have a lovely evening. We're adjourned.
Tyler, are you department head?
Yeah.
You're department head?
I am the department.
A department of one.
Yeah.
I manage myself very
Absolutely.
including you.
I don't know how.
Terrible assistant.
Terrible, I got four, I got Cory.